two-way communication. First of all, okay, are all the participants here? Yes. Yes. Image. Okay, first of all, I would like to say congratulations to all of the participants. Okay, give yourself like a round of applause for for surrendering yourself to be part of the mood competitions. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. I know it's tough, and now it's pandemic, and y'all will not have a face-to-face training. I understand that everyone is now having through difficulties of conducting training, to do research, and to have a face-to-face oral submission. But I just want to congratulate all of you for being here today. And based on the submissions that I've heard, I think everyone has done a good job. Okay, so the appellant and the respondent. So can I know any of you guys that are from first year? Is there any of you guys are first year here?
Yes.
Yes.
Respondent, both of us are first year.
The respondents are both from first year? Okay, because I can see that. I think Lina, Maisara, and Ainin Sophia, y'all are quite familiar. You guys are second year, right? Or third year?
Third year. Third year.
Okay, so congratulations. Okay, I'm gonna go for a general comment, and then I'm gonna go for individual comment one by one. Okay, because I will have to give to deliver my judgments. Not really a judgment lah, but just pretty much a sharing from a mooter to the baby mooters. Well, y'all are baby mooters because you guys entered interpipe mode competition, right? So okay, for a general comment, I think for appellant, y'all did quite extensive of research. I can actually follow your arguments. Okay, so I was just like pretending that I did not understand your flow of the submissions, and I was pretending that I did not follow your whole arguments, but actually I can clearly follow your arguments, so it's a credit for that. It's just that bear in mind that this is an appellate jurisdiction. Even if it's done in the high court, which is the lower court, but still you need to bear in mind that in appellate jurisdiction, we will only focusing on the questions of law rather than the questions of facts. So the questions of facts are duly settled in the previous court. So meaning to say that in the current stage of court, which is in the high court, even if it's appellate jurisdiction, bear in mind that the council should not adduce new evidence or new facts. That's why I asked you regarding the admissibility of the medical opinion, because even if this is considered as a lower court, not a Supreme Court, still as if we are assuming that you are adding a new facts during your appellate trial. You get it? So let's say if you guys are advanced, you guys manage to advance for semi-final round, who knows? So please be sure on the weightage or on the admissibility of the evidence. You know, I think it's best for you to cite a case. If you were to use the medical opinion or a medical journal, it's best for you to cite any case that use a medical opinion in the case. Okay, then only you cite the name of the case, because I'm afraid that it would disturb the value of the evidence, the weightage of the evidence. Okay, because let's say if you guys are facing Tunzaki, so they might ask you, okay, whether or not medical opinion is accepted in this court or before this court. So that's first. Secondly, I think most of you guys, you guys are okay when delivering submission, but make sure to relate always relate the law that you guys are using with your current factual circumstances. For instance, that when you are delivering your oral submission, instead of just instead of just like putting the facts in the mood problem, for example, that okay, Dr. Kevin, he acted as a medical consultant, and he had considered that Amita had suffered from a secondary progressive multiple sclerosis. Therefore, he had breached his duty of care. But what if you transfer your words? What if you swap your words into in this case, like relying to this case or applying this into our current situation, Miss Dr. Kevin, acting as a medical consultant, has a duty to what? Number one, number two, number three. Like directly related to the current situation, not blindly just take whatever that you have in the mood problem from the statement of facts, then you deliver the same point in your oral submission. Okay, that's first. Second, I think okay, evidence, and then how you answer your questions, how you tackle your submissions, and then regarding the causation. Okay, I'm referring to the first appellant. I'm referring to the appellant team at the moment. Okay. Okay. There are no sufficient causations. Sorry. Appellant. There was a causation between the failure to advise of the risk of the bladder cancer and the brain damage suffered by the appellant. When I can't remember, when I asked the first or the second appellant, you guys would always refer back to the doctor, or Dr. Kevin had failed to do a referral, doctor had failed to give a sufficient advice as a medical consultant. Why not? Because I heard that Ainin or Lina Maisara, you guys provide a journal, right? That that symptoms of multiple sclerosis can amount or can consequence to bladder cancer, and also it can affect to neurosurgeon effects, right? So when I ask you that question, kindly please direct me right to the authorities, right to the medical opinions that you have done your research. Don't go around the bush again and again, and because of the delay, or because of the failure of the medical consultant to refer him to another specialist, therefore blah blah blah. Okay, so bear in mind for that. I think on part of the individual, I love appellants because y'all are so composed and very confident. I think I bombarded quite numbers of questions to appellant, which I can see that y'all are struggling hard to answer. I can see that. But definitely you guys don't easily give up. So that's a credit, and that is definitely a value that one must have when you guys decided to be a motor. Because in a real competition, because I think that's a privilege, or that's a pros when the competition is held virtually. Y'all are not standing up before the judge. You all are not attending physically into the courtroom. You guys don't feel the intense vibes during the mood competition. Okay, that's why it's the difference between the mood competition held physically and virtually. Okay, but regardless, I think I would still give credit to y'all, because whatever questions that has been posted from the bench, you guys managed to answer it very well, despite the probative value or despite the admissibility of evidence that I questioned earlier. Okay, so I think if you guys manage to tackle all those procedural questions, that will not distract your focus from your main substance of your oral submission. Okay, so keep up on that. Also, I love second appellant. You are very, very much confident and very composed with your I can't say a body posture, because I can't see you face-to-face or physically, right? But in terms of composure management, self-composure management, what I can see is you all can handle pressure from the bench. So that is among the crucial aspects to be a muter. Okay, so keep it up. Okay, and then, all right, moving on to the respondent. Okay. I have to say that actually this case should be within the purview of respondent a lot. Okay, so actually the burden would lies on the burden of appellant more. Lies on the burden of appellant more compared to the respondent. But based on your oral submission, both of you, even though you guys are first year, I still have to give you credit for your bravery and for your willingness to join. Okay, so for your willingness to join with competition, because it's not easy. It's your first year. It's happened in pandemic. By the way, have you all the first year went to your faculty yet?
We are from Tamhidi.
Or Tamhidi. But I mean, for first year purpose, for first year learning, have you all officially been in the university? Not yet, right?
Yeah.
Can. That is something that is very, very, I should give credit to the participants, because definitely it's not easy to go through training online, and it's not easy to find chemistry with your co-counsel. It's definitely requires a lot of training and practice face to face, I would say. But yeah, what to do, is pandemic and it's hitting us. Okay, so that's a good point of that. I admire your courage for first year participants. But regarding individual comments, I think from the side of respondent, I understand that y'all are first year, but I can see that it is pretty much scripted. Okay, so it's okay. For first trial, for first attempt, it's okay to because I can clearly detect from the words usage and from the way you deliver your oral submissions. It's as if that you are reading and you are not really delivering or telling the bench that what is the current situation, or what is the what is the current case at the moment. So it's more or less like me listening to your reading, but it's okay as long as if the points is successfully delivered, then definitely the points should be considered. So my advice is, later, if y'all decided still to enter into moot competition, if y'all want, okay, try yourself to not rely so much on paper, not rely so much on your script. Okay, for instance, I'll tell you, okay, so I participate moot since I was first year. It was pretty much difficult, and it's so hard for me to familiarize with all the facts, with all the points, with all the header of the submission. But what I did was, I would usually take a piece of paper and I would usually fold it into two parts. And then let's say if I am dealing with the first issue, okay, I would make it in the form of mind map, and I put like first issue. Okay, so okay, what are the facts? What are the header? What are the points, and what are the law? So everything is like on your mind, okay? Because being a mooter, you need to be very flexible. Whenever the judge might attack on the second issue, which is not dealt by you, okay? But it might be on the point of your second counsel. So it is important to be very, very flexible in your oral submission, okay? So I think you guys are considered lucky, because I only ask questions regarding to your issue, okay? But next time, if you were to enter bigger competitions, more challenging one, make sure that you guys practice what I have given an advice to you. Try using a piece of paper and try to summarize everything, and then try to practice in front of mirror. Try to practice among your friends, among your counsel. Okay, let's say you guys are not relying on the paper. just as if that you guys are doing presentation, not memorizing, but doing a presentation, tell the court what is this case all about. Okay, what is the summary of the case? What is the law? What is the first issue? Try that, because I try and it works on me. During my last year and during IHL, I did not bring my scripts. I did not bring my written submission. Even inside written submission is actually for me to cross-refer the authorities just in case I forgot which lines, which law. But for me myself, I will prepare a piece of paper. It might hard, but trust me, it works. Okay. So, and same goes to the second appellant. But second respondent. But the second respondent, I noticed that you also do a bit of reading on the text. So I'm not sure whether when you're submitting, you have your laptop in front of you and you read. But yes, credit must give to both of you. Okay. So I think that's all. And also, I would like to touch on the rebuttal and surrebuttal. Please make sure that your points is precise and short. If you need to give an authority, just give like 1 or 2 authorities. No need to cite a lot of cases because you have done it during your previous submission. Okay, so if you just barely repeating over and over again, the judges might feel bored, you know, because it is going to be redundant point. And then I guess that's it. But I just have to, okay, if I have time, I would like to correct on your written submission. Can I know which template are you using to write your written submission? Anyone? Do you guys have any specific template? Which template did you use to write your written submission? Anyone?
As for my team, we use the seniors, our mentors template.
Okay, so it is important to be noted that we are currently in the stage of appeal. So there is no more pleading. Okay, so it's not, okay, this is a bit of procedural part. It's not pleading, but it is grounds of appeals. Okay, and I noticed for appellant, you use count, right? What is count? Where do you find the word count?
It's from IHL.
Not used for IHL or for any criminal matter. Okay, so we do not count is the definition or the meaning of count is actually charge. Okay, so it is definitely out of context here. It is not count, it is issue or grounds. Okay, so I'm just telling this just in case if you were to enter your semi-final round and then the judge read your written submission. So, you know, and if you know pleading is like a stage in procedure. Okay, for when you have a trial, when you are about to undergo any hearing in court, there is a stage for pleading. Then, and there is also a stage for closure of pleading. Pleading means read, statement of claim, statement of defense. Okay, that is the stage. So by right, the pleading session, the pleading stage is closed. Okay, so that's why we no longer use the term pleading. Okay, but I think your motor or perhaps the judge for semi-final, I'm not sure, will enlighten you more on this. But I'm not sure the use of pleading here. You might see this from your previous seniors, but whether or not the context is right, you need to ask your lecturer. Okay. Always refer your lecturer with regards to the words and terminologies that you use in your written submission, because you are lucky because I am not a real practitioner yet. Okay, but if the experienced practitioner were to see your written submission and they see the words like count and pleading, and yeah, I think that would pretty much a comment. And then for, if I may touch on memorial for respondent, for prayers for relief, that's quite a lot of points you put for the prayers for relief. I think it only necessary for you to put like 1 or 2 to 3 points, okay, depending on your issues. All right, so that's all. All in all, everything was good. Respondent was good, definitely. So that's all. If you guys have any more questions to ask before we can wrap the session. No more questions, so that we can wrap. Anything about like other than mood competition or anything else? Maybe like post-studies law, like what am I currently doing, what, because given the fact that we are now recognized, so any expectation, any of your planning, you can ask if you wish to. No? Are the respondents good? Amalin and Aisha?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Are y'all following?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lina, okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, how are you doing right now? Ni like Kak Anis dah, Kak Anis, Miss Anis dah grad kan?
Yeah, I am recently a graduate of last year batch 2020. So I'm currently working as a paralegal in CSQ law. I'm doing fully conveyancing and corporate. But since we are officially recognized, therefore after MCO, my chambering shall be effective lah. My chambering application shall be effective because right now I am considered as like a pre-chambering sort of thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I have not been into litigation for almost I think 1 year because the firm that I'm currently attached to, they do very minor of litigation, but the litigation cases that they are dealing is definitely high corporate cases, like high profile corporate cases. Therefore, we do not deal a lot of litigation, but still, I still have a few points to share since I have an experience entering into various national world competitions. But yeah, so anything else? So I wish you guys all the best. Since you all have been 1 year at home, okay? Like more than 1 year. Because previously, my last semester also, we had our last semester in home, so no memories. Okay, anything else before we wrap? I guess the bailiff and the bailiff, would you like to ask any questions? Participants, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So if we don't have anything else, then we can wrap the session.
All right, thank you, Ms. Anis, for the wonderful comments and sharing. We will now proceed with the photography session. So I would like to ask everyone to look into your cameras and smile. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so can the PIC forward me the picture later?
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kak
Thank
Anis, to submit
you.
for you.
If I was pretty much intense, but that's actually how it should be in the real competition. So if any of you were happen to be in the semi-final round, I guess that the intensity would be more. Okay, so just to prepare you all with the trial and tips and tricks to be in the semi-final round. Anyway, who's your mentor for appellate?
Kak Din and Kak Moon.
Kak Siapa? Kak Wan?
Zuidrina and Munira.
Munira. Okay, for respondent.
Kak Faria and Munir. Ismail Munir.
Oh, okay. Okay, so congratulations respondent juga. I am pretty much delighted that the first respondent is, the first year is willing to enter the competition. So good luck and don't stop mooting, okay? Don't stop mooting. Listen to me, don't stop mooting, okay? Because you have your talents already, right? So, okay, that's all.